approach T-1, is eligible Roger.
T-711 Roger, Jeju wind calm, clear land, runway 07, welcome to Jeju.
Okay, major 7, T-1.
Jeju departure, 안녕하십니까? This is Korean Air 075 at gate 7, radio check.
T-775, you're ready and clear.
Then clear also Korean Air 075.
T-711, T-711, that's the landing, exit the gate without delay.
After landing, the delay is over.
Attention all aircraft, attention all aircraft, this is Jeju approach, closing now, all station contact, south control, Incheon south control 124.52, 124.52. 제조 불시 종료합니다. 모든 항공기들 인천 컨트롤 사우스에 컨택하시기 바랍니다. 좋은 밤 되십시오. 다음에 뵙겠습니다.
고생하셨습니다. 인천 컨트롤 안녕하십니까? This is Korean Air 075 at Jeju Gate 7, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, also Korean Air 075.
Incheon 127, say yes please. Incheon 147, say your ASB. Incheon 147, 34 knots. Your speed is 250 knots. Your speed 250 knots. Incheon 147. Incheon 147, turn right heading 09, turn right heading 270, descend level 200. Turn right heading 270, heading 19, flight level 200, Incheon 147.
Incheon Control Korean Air 075 request IFR clearance to Gimpo Airport via passing flight level 230.
Korean Air 075, stand by.
Stand by Korean Air 075.
Korean Air 209, contact 128.32.
Korean
125 descend to 7,000. Descend to 7,000, Korean 125. Jeju 500, descend to 12,000, crash 1026. Private descent 1,000 feet into 10260 510. Clear 075 clear to Ginkgo runway 7, coming to Echo departure, Yankee 722, maintain flight level 230, squawk 6761.
Clear to Gimpo Airport, we are coming to Echo departure as 518, flight level 230, and squawk 6761, clear near 075.
Clear 075, redirect ground, report ready for pushback.
Report when ready for pushback, clear near 075, thank you.
Schedule 500, increase speed of 3009. Roger, 3009, schedule 500. Ensure 137, turn left heading 240.
선을 레트닝 250 하셔놓고 제로.
Ensure 127, to flight level 150.
링크를 250 하셔놓고 제로.
Yeah, 150.
150 하셔놓고 제로.
Clear 115, descent 4,000, clear left 07 approach. Vision 4000, clear to IS, Jimmy 31, clear 125.
Vision control, Korean 124, request clearance alpha to Gimpo, property flight level 270.
Clear 1242, clear to Gimpo, runway 7, coming to Echo departure, Yankee 722, maintain flight level 270, squawk 58121.
Close to Gimpo, departure runway 07, via Kami to Echo departure, Yankee 722, expect flight level 270, 5121, Korean 1242.
Clear 1242, redirect clear.
Glide slow.
Schedule 500, descent 7,000, normal speed.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Roger, descent 7,000, normal speed, schedule 510. Ensure 137, turn left heading 190. Turn left heading 190.
서울 레트닝 190 하셔놓고 제로.
TCAS test. Pass.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
Pre-flight check.
Ensure 137, 10,000, QH 106.
Test it 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches.
비행기 105전, 비행기 105 하셔놓고 제로.
Selector. Auto. Flight instruments.
Heading 154, altimeters 1026.
Heading 154. Altimeter 1026. Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Yes.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a standard pushback and start off from the gate. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. It'll be a left seat takeoff, using rated thrust, planning a VATS-5 takeoff. Engine and wing anti-ice will be on. Standard reject actions to V1 as briefed. From V1, or if the call is continued, I will continue the takeoff as per the standard company procedures. The engine out procedure today is so we are okay to make an immediate return. I'll go in one. The departure route will be via the ATC assigned SID, complying with all published speed and altitude restrictions. No noise abatement procedures required. Flight directors are on. Mine is master, yours is slave. Navigation radios are set. The NOTAMs and the aircraft defect logged have been reviewed. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Not today.
Departure brief complete.
Schedule 500 descent to 4,000. 500 descent 4,000 to the 500.
Before start checklist. Before start procedure.
Check. We got a door light here.
Passenger, clear the alert to the further approach local established. Not a problem, you the same approach before established.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP
32144. Heading 065. Altitude flight level 230.
takeoff speeds.
V1 132, VR 135, V2 144. V1 132, VR 135, V2 144.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff
It's
briefing.
147 heading 200 descent to 4,000.
Before start checklist complete.
heading 200 descent, maintain 2,000, Asian 147. Engine control clear 1242, request pushback engine start. 인천 사우스 컨트롤 코리아니아 1203 안녕하십니까. 어프로칭 만기 스페셜 마인
그럼 123 맞아요. Asia 147 direct Union descent 4000.
Direct Union descent 4000, Asia 147.
Runway 105 localizer established. Clear 125, Qatar 17 income. Frontline clear 125.
Incheon Control, Korean 1242, weekend pushback engine start information hotel.
Clear 1242, pushback to basing east 2.
Pushback offroad basing east, Korean 1242.
Incheon Control, Korean Air 075, request pushback and engine start.
Clear 075, pushback to the basing west to pushback opening gate to 9 hour.
At gate 7,
Clear 175, clear 075, pushback to basing west to until opening gate to 9 hour.
face the west, Korean Air 075, thank you.
그 075 구동 게이트 앞까지 빼주십시오.
9번 게이트 앞으로 가면 됩니까?
9번 게이트 앞까지 푸시백 해주십시오.
네, 9번 게이트 앞까지 푸시백 하겠습니다. Korean Air 075, thank you.
네, 3개.
번 게이트 앞에까지 푸시백 하겠습니다. Korean Air 075, thank you.
맞아. 그 125 백게이트, runway 3 백게이트 to BR, runway 3 131 백게이트 합쇼. 이렇게 왜 그러면 125 백게이트 to BR, runway 3 잠깐만 지금 500 지금 500 cushion traffic runway runway 7 wind calm clear runway 7 However, front runway 07 지금 500 125 taxi without delay runway 1.5 택시 route to me. 원전 사도 31번 혈주로 100게이트라고 말씀드렸습니다. 그냥 알겠습니다. 죄송합니다. 그 원전 사 택시가 파악하던 약을 쓰려면 100게이트를 했고요. Central of the 1 information hotel. Romeo Club, Papa Charlie, and Fish, request return. Vienna 137 to flight level 160.
To go up here, we've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Please have flight level 130, then I'm 130, coming back.
Ready for push. Power and air clear, doors closed, we are ready for push.
Control 107, clear and left to left 7 approach.
Okay.
Engine control, clear on support to request taxi.
Control stand by.
Brakes off, here we go.
Stand by, clear on support to.
Clear 075, cancel pushback clear, stand by. Clear 075, cancel pushback clearance.
Order cancel push clearance clear 075.
Clear 125, taxi via Papa, then taxi down, runway 31, then Echo 1. Taxi to Papa, then Echo 1. Then Papa, then taxi down, runway 31, then Echo 1. Taxi Papa, runway 31, then Echo 1.
Start
Clear
it.
125.
Now request your full attention as
Clear 124, to taxi via Echo 1, then hold shoulder Papa for traffic.
sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt. Insert the flat metal clip to the buckle and pull the
this
portion of the
is
tighten it up.
which
Release
one?
your
Hold the
seatbelt
tail
and
roll,
lift the
running.
portion of the buckle. We
Push
suggest
down,
you keep your
Start
seatbelt
to
fastened
cut
throughout the
off.
flight as we may experience turbulence.
Taxi,
Several
Papa.
emergency exits on this aircraft, 2 forward, 2 aft, and 2 over each wing. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest you. In some
Engine
cases,
and wing
the exit
anti-ice
is
coming
behind
on.
you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, door level
Clear 1203, descend to reach flight level 16005 hotel and radius
each door
with ASB.
Start to cut out.
slide, which may also be attached and used as a life raft.
Information
Air pressure is always monitored. In the event of
Now
empty compression, an oxygen mask will automatically
maximum speed, confirm.
to start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you.
Yes, they call me
Firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head.
Now radius speed 270 left.
Once on inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask.
This is
If you're traveling with children or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask.
Center 75, push back approved, facing west to cancel Avenue Gate 9, push back just to push back for facing west.
In the event of
Push
emergency,
to
please
and
assume
face
the braking
west clear
position.
075. Thank you.
Lean forward with your hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs.
Clear 125, take speed, via Echo 1.
A life vest is located in a pouch under
Take
your seat or
speed
between your
via
arms.
Echo 1, clear
Instructed to
125.
do so, open the plastic
Clear
pouch.
124, to come to taxi via Papa.
And
Press the
ground.
straps around your waist and adjust it to the
Alright,
front.
Captain.
Continue taxi, via
We're
Papa.
all set to
Clear
go.
on support to.
Clear to push and start.
Schedule 500, hold shoulder Papa for traffic, hold shoulder Papa.
Little lights that track the attention.
Push.
Also, your seat.
나도 hold shoulder Papa, 지금 500.
Release the cushion from the seat, slip your arms to the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest.
Okay,
We remind you
brake
that
is off,
this is a
clear to push.
non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. You will find this and all other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We
Brakes
strongly
off,
suggest
here we
you
go.
read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew members. We wish you
Runway 125, Williams, Medical 1, request taxi to gate. We'll contact taxi. The 1.5 contact taxi and use collision pushback traffic at 813. Continue taxi, ground 125. Schedule 500, taxi via Papa, then taxi down runway 31 and gate to Echo 1.
confirm landing.
Yeah, I'm just going to close that level 7 and 1,000 default.
Close land running 07, Asha 7.
Visual 500 compound push to Papa, then runway 31, then Echo 1. One TV now on Bravo. Taxi via Papa, then taxi down runway 31, then taxi Echo 1.
Control check.
Ready.
Now the taxi Echo 1 to the 1
Full left.
And then taxi via Papa, running 31 Echo 1 to the 1
Full left. Center.
이샤가 147 택시 100K via runway 31 32분 할 쪽으로 100K 탈출.
Full left. Center.
Check.
어디 Asha
Full
7.
right. Center.
Check.
Full up. Full down. Center.
Check.
Full left. Center.
Check.
Full right. Center.
Check.
Flight control check complete. Incheon control panel 075 request taxi to runway 007.
Bridge 75 standby.
Order standby panel 075.
Bridge 75 저 앞에 비행기 보이십니까?
네, 보입니다.
지금 날개나 뭐 부딪히신 분 있으세요?
네, 좀 그럴 것 같습니다.
Asha 7. confirm gate number.
standby 택시 runway 31 then Echo 1. 그 128 contact Jeju push 120.2.
121.2, Virginia 130.
Contact 1212, the runway 13, thank you, bye bye. 이정만 더 지금 510 위험한 Echo 1. Jeju 510 contact taxi to your gate.
맞아, continue taxi to gate, Jeju 510.
Bridge 155 taxi to confirm runway 7.
Roger, taxi to holding point runway 07, panel 07. Thank you. Before
124 to contact Jeju push 121-12.
Taxi checklist. Generators. On. Probe heat.
Contact Jeju
On.
approach
Anti-ice.
121.2,
Engine
그래,
moving anti-ice are on. Isolation valve. Auto. Engine start switches. Continuous. Recall.
checked.
Checked. Auto.
Bridge 175 squawk 6761.
Idle detect.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Clear. Before taxi checklist complete.
Order 075 squawk 6761.
Roger, squawk 6761, panel 07.
Clear right.
Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
075, contact Jeju push 1.2.
Roger, contact Jeju approach 121.2, Greener 075.
Vienna 113, expect takeoff to final RS runway 07 search.
5.2 units.
Expect RS runway 07.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Jeju departure, Korean Air 075 is now fixing to runway 07.
Korean 075, taxi to holding point runway 0, approaching Korean 075, confirm already you have clearance?
Yes, I have clearance.
Korean 075, Roger, expect coming to echo departure, taxi to holding point runway 07.
Roger, expect coming to echo departure and hold short runway 07, Korean 07, thank you.
Flight dead.
Okay,
thanks. Captain, the cabin is secure.
Korean 075, Jeju approach Skongbo Charlie.
Skongbo Charlie, Korean 075.
Korean 124 report available. Korean 124 airborne, testing 2300, coming to VATKOR departure. Korean 124, Jeju departure, radar contact, climb via coming to VATKOR departure, to flight level 270, cancel all restrictions. Climb via coming to VATKOR departure, climb maintain flight level 270, all discretion. Korean 124. Vienna 113, QNH 1025.
Number 13, heading 025.
Vienna 113, continue descent and maintain 6000.
We can maintain 6,000 is the number 13.
Check speed.
Nice.
Korean 075, line of runway 07.
Line of and wait. Runway 07, Korean 075. Runway entry procedure.
Check.
Clear
Cabin
left.
crew, take your seats. Clear right. Ready to go.
Roger, number 13 at 6,000 feet now.
Vietnam 113, turn right, heading 220, continue descend and maintain 4,000.
Again, please, number 13.
Turn right, heading 220.
Again, heading 220, number 13.
Vietnam 113, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000, number 13.
Arena 075, wind 1 faster as 4 knots, runway 07, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Korean 07, thank you.
Sorry, Korea 075, Korea 075, hold present position, now traffic on the runway 07, hold present position.
Hold position, Korean 075.
Thank you, stand by. Vietnam 113, turn right heading 250.
Check.
Vietnam 113, turn right heading 250.
Heading 250, Vietnam 113.
All station in Incheon, all station in Jeju approach. Jeju runway is closed due to unknown traffic in runway 07. Expect delaying about 10 or 20 minutes on the air and ground. So Vietnam 113 expected to delay 10 minutes.
Sorry,
Vietnam 113 expect delay 10 minutes to land due to unknown traffic, runway closed.
Expect 10 minutes to land, Vietnam 113, copy that.
Thank you. Arena 075 expected delaying 10 minutes or about due to traffic.
Roger, expect 10 minute delay due to traffic, Korean 075, thank you.
Okay guys, in Korea 1242, contact Incheon control 128.32. Roger, contact Incheon control 128.32. 코리아 1242 럭키 가이. 수고하셨습니다. 좋은 밤 되십시오. 네, 수고하십시오. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 네, 새해 복 많이 받으십시오. Vietnam 113, turn left heading 130.
Heading 130, Vietnam 113.
Vietnam 113, continue turn left heading 070.
Continue to left 070. heading without 100.
All station engage approach. Now I called the VATSIM supervisor on this server. He will be respond within few minutes. Please just more patient in my controlling. Sorry for that. Carolina 1203 internal control. Correction, Carolina 1203 schedule approach.
Carolina 103.
Carolina 1203 expect delay in 10 minutes or more due to unknown traffic. Runway is closed 07 and 25. So, hold over to, correction, hold over Yumin at 5,000 feet.
Hold over Yumi and 4,000. confirm direct, correction. 로테이션 파스 어라이벌 마지막 유민인데 유민으로 가서 홀딩합니까?
Carolina 1203, that's right. Follow all of course, total to Papa, and hold over Yumin at 5,000.
Follow all of Bluetooth and order Yumin at 5,000 and stop descent to 5,000 Carolina 102.
Vienna 113, due to hold turn left heading 030, we cannot approach to runway 07.
So left direction, we are heading Vienna 113.
Vienna 113, turn left heading 010. Vienna 113, you cannot approach runway 07 due to runway is closed. So, turn left heading 010, sorry for inconvenience.
Radio 7 not approved, Vienna 113, so left heading 010.
Vienna 113, thank you. Anyway, Korea 1203, now on the traffic is on at runway 07 and center of runway, so we cannot any takeoff or any landing at runway 07. So runway is closed and we need to hold some time, about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, runway is cleared. Disregard is on the runway. Oh my god. Vienna 113, turn left heading 270.
And man, Vienna 113, everything.
Vienna, thank you. Turn left heading 270.
Heading 270, Vienna 113.
Thanks a lot.
손님 여러분, 지금 앞에 정체를 알 수 없는 트래픽이 있어서 지연이 되고 있습니다. 조금만 기다려 주십시오.
Vienna 117, turn left heading 210.
Heading 210, Vienna 113. Get approach 28701, direct Yumin, 6,000, India.
28701 Incheon Control, crash and change approach, radar contact, descent, approach back to Yumin, descent reach 6,000 by Yumin.
Direct Yumin, 6,000, Yumin, request hold instruction.
28701, standing by.
Roger.
Vienna 113, turn left heading 080. Turn left heading 080. J2 approach.
J2 departure, J2 ground, UPS, Papa India 901, ready for startup. Do you have a radio connection?
UPS Papa India 901 Incheon question Jeju approach radio check. How do you leave?
UPS Papa India 901 heavy radio check please.
Okay, you're reading 555. How do you leave?
Yeah, Roger, I am not getting any audio from you guys, so we may have to resort to text. Sorry about that, UPS Papa India 901.
J701 Jeju approach.
128,701.
28701 hold over Yumin as published at 6,000. QNH 1025. Expect LS Zulu Romeo 07.
The hold as published to Union 6,000, 1025.
Beta 113. Continue approach, runway 07.
Continue approach, runway 07, now 113, copy that.
Beta 113, expect late 180.
number 13, above IOS runway at 07.
Okay, Korean 075, thanks for reading, wind 150 at 4, runway 07, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Korean 07, thank you.
Welcome Vietnam 113, now
Takeoff.
traffic on departing, runway 07, Korean Air Boeing 737, wind 150 at 4 knots, runway 07, continue approach.
Continue approach the number 13.
80 knots.
Checked.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Approach Good get close 664 with you descending flight level 140, passing
Engage
flight
command.
level 220.
Engage command A.
Just below 664, engine control, pushing, Digital coordinate contact, send right heading 220, descend maintain flight level 160.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Right heading 220, and confirm descent to flight level 160, degree 64.
Just below 664, affirmative, descend and maintain flight level 160.
Right heading 220, descend and maintain flight level 160, degree 64.
Vietnam 113, okay, Korean 075, go ahead.
Sorry. Digital push Korean 075, airborne testing 2800. Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Korean 075, engine compression, changing departure, radar contact, climb via Comic to echo departure to flight level 230.
Roger. Flight maintain flight level 230 by coming to echo departure Korean 075, thank you.
Vietnam 113, thanks for rating, wind 150 at 4 knots, runway 07, clear to land. Korean 1203, continue descend on the main train 4000, expect
After takeoff checklist, please.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Packs. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off. Flaps. Up. No lights. After takeoff checklist complete. Happy to release the cabin crew?
Okay.
Check.
Just below 664, descend on the main train 12000, KNH 125.
Maintain 1000 to 1025, degree 664.
Danke. Just below 664, expect ILS Zulu, runway 07, KNH 1025.
Expect runway 07, KNH 1025, degree 664.
Korean 1203, right hand direct, Golden, descend maintain 2900. 오픈드랩 꼰대 중간에 게임 쪽에서 나간다 Serena 1203 after 꼰대 clarifies to runway 07 approach report established
10,000.
꼰대 여기 아래 보내기 그래서 approach establish all operating on T-Ray 7015 now runway close this runway is open now no descend maintain 5,000 in about 2 seconds
Descending 5,000, re-entering holding over newbie.
Descend drone expect Roger, Jason drone hold of fire unit establish it
네, 지금 8월 엔스테이를 나가고 있는데, 아무래도 다음에 시작을 시작할 것 같습니다.
Okay, 7 drone, roger. JetBlue 664, turn right heading 290, descend and maintain 87.
Right to moment 0-8,000,
Vietnam 113, taxi to take your pilot description.
Binabawa free, taxi to go precision.
Serena 075, continue climb and maintain, by the way, 230, cancel or restriction.
Roger, continue climb, maintain, flight 230 and cancel all restriction, Pioneer Joseph, thank you.
J701, right turn direct, Gonde, descend reach 2,900 by Gonde.
Direct Conde 2,900, 28701.
Approach planner 123, establish the localizer running 07. Korea 1203, Roger, wind 150 at 4 knots, running 07.
Want to release the cabin now?
Okay.
That's around running 07, JetBlue 664, expect vectors to final ILS runway 07 approach.
How about that,
JetBlue 664, turn left heading 180, descend and maintain 6,000.
Relevant 6,000, located 180, the 664. Vietnam 113, district next to your radio frequency. Thank you for your service. This way, bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Transition altitude set standard.
Korea 075, continue climb and maintain flight level 230, contact internal control 128.32.
Contact control 120.32, Pioneer Joseph, 나타났습니다.
네, 그렇습니다.
Main 7 Incheon control radar contact, good evening, maintain flight level 380. Thank you for your service.
인천 컨트롤 안녕하십니까? This is Pioneer 075 is now passing flight level 154.
Pioneer 075, good evening, Incheon control radar contact, continue climbing flight level 230.
Roger, continue climb, maintain flight level 230, Pioneer 075, thank you.
Korean 120 contact Jeju approach 121.2. Contact Jeju approach 121.2. Correction, contact Jeju approach 121.2 Korean Air 1209. 새해 복 많이 받으십시오. Korean Air 1242 continue to descend and maintain 1000 QNH 1027. Continue to descend 1000 QNH 1027. Korean departure. RA 3787 Edita Sakura proceed direct Guptu.
Sakura Guptu. And this is descent to flight level 2, version 2, schedule hold 3787.
RA 3787 descend and maintain flight level 2. Confirm 270.
That's the 220.
RA 3787 descend flight level 220.
220 3787.
Airforce 001 Incheon control. Airforce 001 Incheon. Airforce 001 go ahead. Airforce 001 descend and maintain flight level 160 descend now. Descend and maintain flight level 160 Airforce 001. Premier 1242 descend and maintain 7000. Descend and maintain 7000. Korean 1242. Korea 2712 Incheon control. Korea 2712. Korea 2712 descend and maintain flight level 160 Guptu. 160 Korea 2712. Korean 1242, proceed direct 1 call, continue descent 4000. Direct 1 call, descent 4000, Korean 1242. Korean 1242, clear INSTM runway 32, left approach, report established. Clear INS 32, left approach, report established, Korean 1242. Control number 4 shot Charlie Lima.
Staging.
Control number 4 shot Charlie Lima.
Fox to Charlie Lima.
Control number 4 shot Charlie Lima.
Junior 30, request descent. Junior 30, descent to level 1605 total. Change to level 1605 total, Junior 30. First 001, contact car, question, contact schedule approach, 121 decimal 2. Yeah, approach 001. Contact schedule approach 121 decimal 2. Approach 001. Thank you. 감사합니다. 고양이 투수는 됐나? Descend now, building class level 360, descend to class level 160 by 국도 고양이 2712. 고양이 2712, expect to question proceed 국도 1, hop question 국도 1, hotel arrival for ILS runway 32 left. 국도 1, hotel arrival ILS 32 left to approach 고양이 2712.
Incheon control, Korean 124 established localizer. Korean 124 contact tower 181. 수고하세요. 컨택 타워 181, 코리안 124 수고하셨습니다. 새해 복 많이 받으십시오. 수고하세요. 뒤에 슬기로운 인천 컨트롤
네, 수고하세요. 뒤에 슬기로운 컨택팅 슈퍼치 121-2A 오른쪽이어가 쇼이프라인 다시마트 네, 진행습니다.
하지만 A0 인천 컨트롤 하지만 A0 괜찮은 메인테인 플라너블 1605 돌 But if it's not about 1605 돌 하지만 A0
Planner 075, request descent.
Korean 075 is going to maintain flight level 160.
Descent maintain, Planner 160, Planner 075.
Now setting 30,000 feet or 5,000 or 100. Lima 822 insurance control Roger, continue climbing flight level 350. Continue climbing into flight level 350, Hotel number 8222, cancel as flight left-hand direct OSPAT. Correction, right-hand direct OSPAT. Right-hand direct OSPAT. APOM, right-hand direct OSPAT. Right-hand direct OSPAT.
Check.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
I am ready.
Questions?
Not today.
Korean 075, engine control.
Go ahead, Planner 075.
Korean 075, after all man proceed direct Hokan, expect to IRS in runway 32 left.
Roger, after movement direct to Hokan and expect runway 32 left, approach Planner 075.
Korean 2712 now proceed direct go to correction, proceed direct Hokan. Proceed direct Hokan, Korean 2712. National 8980 contact approach 121.2. Roger, contact approach 121.2, National 8980 on the day. Incheon Colonel 901 with you passing 1600, locate 1 Lima departure timing 50300. Korean 901 Incheon control radar contact, climbing locate 1 Lima, climb rating flight level 300. Climbing level 300 via locate 1 Lima departure, Colonel 901. Korean 2712 continue to sail and maintain 7000, QNH 1027. QNH 1027, descend and maintain 3, correction 7000, Korean 2712. Korean 901, left-hand direct locate, cancel SID. Cancel SID direct locate, Korean 901. Oceana 50.
Descent checklist, please.
Descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude is 100 feet. Recall checked. Auto brake level 2. Landing data
3 left. 142.
transition level. Altimeters reset. 1027 check.
Korean 075 인천 컨트롤.
Go ahead, planner 075.
Korean 271 겠습니다. Korean 075 maintain speed is 300 knot until further advice.
Confirm maintain speed 200 knots.
네이버 30 knot.
Confirm 300 knots. Roger, maintain speed 300 knots, Korean 075.
Good evening, Incheon Central Oceana 628 with you. Host 1 Lima departure, now passing 3,900.
1000
Oceana 628 Incheon Control, good evening. Left turn direct to Ostpass, continue climbing flight level 330. Roger, continue climb to flight level 330, left direct to Ostpass. Oceana 628 heavy.
Consider how you are frequently using the position and which is direct outcome.
Harry 378 descent maintain flight level 60, now proceed to left Hokan for ILS runway 32 left.
16 clear Hokan ILS 32 clear Harrier 378.
Oceana 502 contact Jeju approach 1 and 3.
Descent checklist, please. Descent checklist, please.
descent checklist. Pressurization. Landing altitude is 100 feet. Recall checked. Auto brake level 2.
Korean 2712 continue descent maintain 6000, clear the ILS team runway 32 left approach report established.
242 feet.
Clear fire approach runway 32 left report line established. Korean 2712. Incheon, good afternoon. 501, passing 2,900 for 5,000. Oceana 501 Incheon control radar contact left engine and move speed continue climbing flight level 320. Left turn back to roof peak climb flight level 320. Oceana 501 감사합니다. Korean 271 271 to continue approach. Korean 075 descent maintain 10,000.
Descent maintain 100,000, Korean 075.
Continue approach Korean 2712. Korean 075 left hand direct 1 pole. 075, direct 1 call.
Direct 1 call, Korean Air 075.
Korean Air 075, resume normal speed.
Roger, resume normal speed, Korean Air 075.
control 하루에 3787 request further descent.
Highway 3787, continue descent and maintain 10,000, Kimpo QNH 1027.
1 minute request 7,000 하루에 3787.
Korea 2712, report running inside. Report running inside, Korea 2712. Korea A222, pushing direct Appella.
Direct Appella,
Asiana 628, incheon control. Asiana 6 go ahead. Asiana 628, pushing direct Appella. Weather first direct Appella. Asiana 628, Premier 075, increase wave descent and maintain. increase wave descent.
인천 컨트롤 패널 075 request holding. 지금 고도 처리가 안 될 것 같습니다.
Premier 075, Roger, fly correction, fly heading 070.
Roger, fly heading 070, Premier 075, thank you.
Carrier 3787, reduce speed 220.
270, now 370, reducing 270 out of 6797.
Right. Korea 075, continue turn right heading 180.
Turn right heading 180, Premier 075.
Korea 075, continue descent and maintain 7,000.
Descent maintain 7,000, Premier 075.
Incheon control, Korea 2712, runway 32 left in sight. Korea 2712, wind 350.5, runway 32 left, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 32 left, Korea 2712. Korea 05, position Korea 075, continue turn right, heading 270.
Turn right heading 270, Premier 075.
Highway 7, push highway 3787, base speed.
2620 down to 220.
Roger, continue reducing speed 200.
request 210 그쪽 같은데?
Roger, 210.
210, thank you, 3797.
Korea 075, continue turn right heading 1 call.
Continue turn right heading 1 call, Premier 075.
Korea 075, big left, continue turn right direct 1.
Roger, direct 1 call, Premier 075.
Good evening, departure, K-Lane Central 10, climbing to Pilot 120, would you?
KLM 1010 인천 control radar contact, return direct, 폭파, continue climbing, maintain flight level 360.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
KLM 1010 will continue climbing to flight level 360.
Korean 075, continue descent, maintain 4000.
Descend maintain 4,000, Korean 075.
Korean 075, descent 4000.
Descend 4,000, Korean 075.
Checked.
Upright position. Make sure your seat
Harry 3787, continue descent 7000.
until we are safely parked at the gate. Thank you.
Approach checklist, please.
Altimeters.
1027 set.
1027 set. Approach checklist complete.
Flaps 1.
We're above the flap speed.
Ashana 501 in천 control.
Glide slope alive.
Ashana 501, proceed direct on up.
Direct going up, Ashana 501.
인천항 카리아 C7에 있었습니다.
Harry 3787, vision normal speed.
normal speed thanks to C7.
Incheon control panel 075 request hold at 1 port due to speed.
Korean 075, say again?
request hold at 1 port. 지금 속도가 잘 안 좋아서 홀드 요청합니다.
저희 이대로 들어가시면 될 것 같은데요?
Roger, Korean 075.
Korean 075, clear IS giving only 22 left approach before established.
Roger, cleared runway 32 left approach, report when established, Korean 075.
인천 컨트롤 코로나 코리안 원투 runway vacated. Korean 271 to contact tower 118
Cabin
1.
is secure. 1011.
contact tower 118 1 Korean 271 to contact 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 수고하세요. Korean 901 continue climbing 9,200 meters. 9,200 meters, Korean 01. Harry 3787 clear the iris to game running 32 left approach before established.
Close to right before the starboard side of C7.
KLM 1010 proceed direct Pony, Papa, Oscar, November, India, Kilo. Korean 075 contact tower 118.1.
Contact tower 118.1 표현해 주세요.
뭐,
Thank you.
무슨
newbie tower 안녕하십니까? Korean 075 is now approaching runway 32 left.
Korean 075 is a tower in the sea, 50 and left, clear to land.
Clear to land, Korean 075, thank you. Landing checklist please.
Landing checklist. Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Flaps 30 green light. Flaps 30 green light.
China 184, request 552,
Final
female
approach flaps. Height checked.
and
Missed approach
flight
altitude
level
set.
232. China 184, ready to copy. L4, China 184. China 184, clear to Kinhei International Airport, departure runway 32 right, via Songtan 128, departure identified. Maintain flight level 230, and departure frequency will be Incheon Control 128.6 and Squawk 5201, request. Clear to King Airport, departure runway 32 right, via Songtan 128, departure identified. Climb 18 flight level 230, and departure frequency Incheon Control 128.6. Control Incheon Control 128.32 and Squawk 5201. China 184. China 184, visibility is correct to report land ready. China 184 now ready.
1,000 feet.
China 184, engine type of foot, successful runway 3 to right, finish 1067. Engine start approach, finish 1067. China 184.
$500 feet. Stable.
The highway C787 to the tower.
Minimums. Check.
System.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reversers normal. Auto brake disarmed. $60 knots. Check.
The tower clear near 075 vacate running and request taxi to gate.
Near 075, welcome to info, first runway 32 right, and taxi to gate via pilot station, lovely.
Roger, course runway 32 right and taxi to gate via pilot discretion, clear near 075, thank you. Okay to clean up.
Check.
Inside corner 2712, Grey Prospect Gate 134, engine shutdown. 시공 많으셨습니다. 사인업. 시간 남았습니다.
수고하세요.
Shara 184 request taxi to 183 to right. Shara 184 taxi to 183 to right via taxi Papa and Alpha. Taxi to 183 to right via Papa and Alpha. Shara 184.
아이고야.
3 minutes.
너무 가오였어요.
Shara 184 line
Check.
183 to right. Shara 183 to right. Shara 184.
고생하셨습니다.
Pack isolated.
김포 타워 클리어 주세요. 5AK7 엔진 셧다운. 고생하셨습니다. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
네, 고맙습니다.
고생하셨습니다.